Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan, and today I'm going to be doing another OWLS post for you guys. This month's theme is movement, and it's all about corrupt governments and how people in power can change the tides of war and change people in society. And I'm really interested in this topic. I love war. I love corrupt, corrupt governments are really interesting to me, and just the idea of it. And so I'm gonna be talking about Gundam because it's basically my favorite franchise ever. I adore Gundam so much. I have so many favorite Gundam series, and today we're gonna be talking about one of my absolute favorites, and that is Gundam SEED. So let's talk about the government in Gundam SEED. There are basically two sides in this war. You have the Naturals and the Coordinators. Basically, the Naturals are just regular humans, average, everyday humans, born of natural causes. And then you have the Coordinators, who are genetically enhanced humans with special abilities, and they are clashing because of their differences. The Naturals believe that the Coordinators are unnatural and should be eradicated from the Earth, and the Coordinators think that that's not a good idea, obviously. It's essentially a story of racism and discrimination, in a way, because the Coordinators just want to live their lives like normal people, but the Naturals don't see them as normal people. And so it's a conflict of racism and differences. Our main character, Kira Yamato, is a Coordinator, but he is on the side of the Naturals because his friends are Naturals, and more so he's on his side of his friends. His friends are Naturals, and so he wants to protect them, but he's also a Coordinator, unbeknownst to them, and he has a best friend named Athrin Zala, who is also a Coordinator, and he's part of Zaft, who is this force that's trying to fight back against the Naturals. And so it's all based on a misunderstanding, because it all started when a group of government officials were assassinated, and then the Naturals just blamed it all on Zaft. They blamed it on the Coordinators based on the fact that Lacus Klein's father was the only one who was alive during the conflict, during the attack. He was the only survivor, so they obviously thought that the Zaft had instigated the attack. And that starts the Bloody Valentine War, where Azrael basically he kills over 200,000 people. He just mass genocides an entire colony of Coordinators. And that's the jump start of the war. So really it's all started on a misunderstanding, and that's basically how a lot of conflicts begin. This series is just really interesting to me because discrimination is a thing that we deal with on a daily basis every day. Like, we're all different. Some of us are different races, some of us are different sexualities, some of us have disabilities, some of us are just strange. Me. You don't even really have to be a different race. You could just be fat or too tall, and there's reason to be discriminated against. And that's just really not right. It's not right. Because the core of what we're all human, and the fact that we're different makes us unique, and that makes us interesting, and that defines our character. So it doesn't make sense for people to hate us just because of one aspect of our life, because they don't know the rest of our life. They don't know our personality, our loves, our interests, our hates. They don't know about any of that. They just see the one thing about us that makes them angry, and that begins the conflict. And that's just not right. It's honestly not right, and it shouldn't be like that, but it is. It's slowly starting to change, luckily. There's a lot of really accepting people now. The new generation is very accepting, so the theory of mine is that in the coming generations it'll get a lot better, hopefully, but right now it's kind of in a weird spot because of what's going on with our president right now. But I'm not gonna get into that too much because that's just a hole that goes way down into the depths of despair. What I like about Gundam SEED is that both sides thinks that they're right, and both sides feels like they need to fight in order to survive. And that's really just interesting how they don't end up like talking to one another, I guess. There's a problem with communication. It's really interesting to me how people's differences can make them either hate you or like you. And I personally think that it's the differences in our personalities and in our actual beings that make us unique and interesting and make us fun to be around. I like people who are different. I like people who like weird things. I like weird movies. I like weird books, you know? I like things that are different, and I think that people should be less closed-minded and try to accept others for who they are, because honestly, we're just people. So who cares what color you are or what sexuality you are? It doesn't really matter. That's not your life, you know? And Gundam SEED tries to explain that with its plot, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate how it went for a really deep discussion on racism and different clashes of differences. I really like that. And there are corrupt people within the Gundam SEED universe that are just crazy, like Azrael. He's just insane. He is awful and extremely corrupt, and I think he's the worst villain in Gundam SEED, personally, because he'll do whatever he wants to make chaos happen, and that just makes him just wrong. But what do you guys think of this show? Do you like Gundam SEED? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. Let's discuss this, discuss government and the corruptness of politics. If you want in the comments, this is gonna be fun. And also, please check out our other posts on the OWLS blogger page. Yesterday we had Takudo talking about Danganronpa 3, and then tomorrow it's Andrea's post, and she's going to be talking about Psychopaths. So check those out, links below in the description. Please support them. They're awesome, and I really love our OWLS team. I think they're awesome. So please check them out below. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. And please, for the love of all that is gay, stay sexy!